Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. You know, there's something happening next weekend at the Pennsylvania Game Commission office here in the Northeast that I want to tell you about. If you have a Boone and Crockett kind of antler from an elk or a deer or a bear skull, they're officially measuring them next Saturday. That's right, March 4th from 9 to 2, deer, bear, elk have to be harvested in Pennsylvania, and you need to make a reservation. You could do that by calling 833-PGC-HUNT, and the extension is 55008. Once again, that will be on our What's Doing calendar on our homepage, so you could get the information. Call the Northeast office. Now we're going to turn to this week's edition of Pennsylvania People and Places. Starting things off this morning is Adrienne Steppe of Bastress Township, Lycoming County, and the buck that she shot on the opening morning of the rifle season. Adrienne's buck had 10 points and was shot with her Remington Model 7 260. Next we see 8-year-old Sawyer Heiselman of Milton and the pair of squirrels that she shot while hunting with her dad. Sawyer bagged her squirrels using a .410 shotgun. Take a look at Wesley Harvey of Unityville and the buck that he shot on the last Thursday of the gun season. Wesley's buck had 8 points and was shot with the Remington 223 while hunting with his father, Frank. He also managed to score with the bear on the first day of the extended bear season. His sow weighed 210 pounds and was also shot using his 223. Both of his trophies were shot while hunting on his farm outside of Blairsville. Way to go, Wesley. Here's 10-year-old Chloe Tyler of Honesdale and her very first deer. Chloe shot this doe while hunting with her dad, Tyler, and Uncle Bubba in Milanville on December 8th. Congratulations on your first deer, Chloe. Next we see a couple of successful pheasant hunters. Dirt Feder of Benton on the left and Skip Costner of Hobby on the right limited out on pheasants off of State Game Lands 226 in Millville. The pair managed to down 3 cockbirds and a hen during the last release of the season. Skip was using a 16 gauge and Dirt an over and under 20 gauge. They would like to thank the Pennsylvania Game Commission for the large amount of pheasants that were released this year. Take a look at Ashton Mitakavage of Ashland and the fisher that he trapped off of State Game Lands. Ashton's fisher was caught in an MB 550 trap using his homemade lure. Way to go, Ashton. Here's Robert Schlegel and his father Roy Schlegel and the bucks that they shot while hunting in Schuylkill County. Robert's buck, which was his very first, had 8 points and was shot on the opening day of the season, while his father's had 7 points and was shot on the last Friday of the season. Congratulations. Next we see 11-year-old George Aston and his uncle Dave Leishan and the buck that George shot on the last day of the rifle season. George's buck had 8 points and was down using a 243 Ruger while being mentored on Leishan's Mountain in Wyoming County. Here's good friend of the show, Brian Crawford, and the doe that he shot on December 10th at the Raystown Lake Handicap Deer Hunt. Brian's doe weighed 110 pounds and was shot at a distance of 87 yards. Way to go, Brian. Finally, this morning we see 10-year-old J.W. Rickard of Honesdale and his third buck in as many years. J.W.'s buck had 6 points and was shot while being mentored by his dad, Andrew, in Wayne County. He downed his nice buck at a distance of 115 yards with a 6.5 Creedmoor. Congratulations on the nice buck, J.W., and with all of our successful sportsmen out there, we'll put a close to this week's edition of Pennsylvania People and Places. Yeah, we want to say thank you to everybody that's been sending us photos. Please keep the photos coming from last year's deer hunts, ice fishing, whatever. We'd like to get a nice little pile and keep showing them to you on Pennsylvania People and Places. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.